Hello, it's Jim Hutchens for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. Tomorrow at noon, President Obama lands in Israel, in Jerusalem. And he does so in the wake of a groundswell of support on the part of Americans for Israel. The most recent Gallup poll finds that some 64% of Americans favor Israelis as opposed to 12% of the Palestinians. And consistent with prior years, Republicans are substantially more than Democrats to favor the Israelis, 78% to 55%, with independents supporting them at a rate of 63%. 63%. So that's good. That's good. The president comes with this wave of support behind him on the part of the American people. There are a couple of things, however, I would suggest that we look for and be alerted to. Number one is, the president's already had an interview with Israeli TV in which he said, right now we think it would take over a year or so for Iran to actually deliver a nuclear weapon, but obviously we don't want to cut it too close. That's a unusual statement, frankly. And actually it undercuts the Prime Minister's statement regarding a red line that he suggests would be a point of no return that is reached sometime in spring or summer of this year. The president has been given an extra year. The mullahs actually are given breathing time to continue enrichment of uranium. One writer says he's given the mullahs a year's reprieve from the retreat of military action, and no good can come of that. Secondly, it would be important, I think, to note where the president identifies where he is, what country, Israel, and what is the capital of the country that he's in. There's been no president that has recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. There's legislation on the board that's been postponed at 6-month intervals for years. The embassy is still in Tel Aviv, has been since 1948. But it would be a singular move, positive move, if the president would in fact recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. One could only hope that he would assume the standard and the stance that the scriptures do, namely God. And for example, in 1 Kings 9, God says this, and this referring to the temple that was established by Solomon, he says, I have consecrated the temple which you have built by putting my name, the name of Yahweh, there forever. How long's forever? It's still going on. My eyes and my heart will always, always be there. He says also in Psalm 137, he says, if I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. Let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth if I do not remember you and consider Jerusalem my highest joy. He says again in Isaiah chapter 49, Can a mother forget the baby nursing at her breast or have no compassion on the child of her womb? She may forget, but I will not forget you. See, I've engraved you on the palms of my hands, and your walls are ever before me. That's God's attitude toward Jerusalem and toward Israel and the Temple Mount. And we can only hope that the president would take that same stance. Will he? Probably not. But we need to be aware that some 64% of Americans, heartland Americans, recognize that Israel belongs to God and Jerusalem is its eternal capital. Till next week, Od Ki Yavo Shiloh, or until Messiah comes, Shalom Aleichem.